What up, Dokkanners? Today's video is going to be all about the 1000 EZA raid that is going to be dropping on global in 4 short days. In today's video, we're going to be discussing exactly when the event starts. I know that is a crazy thing for me to say, even though you should already know it, but we're going to talk about it, and we're going to go through quickly some of the teams that you can have for the event. I want to go over a couple in particular, and I want this to kind of just be like a team build follow along, not necessarily a guide, because it obviously depends on what type of a player you are. We're just gonna kind of do just a follow along on the team assembly for these various categories. So let's just jump in. When does the event start? Toon, some of you are probably yelling at me already, thinking, Toon, what the heck, dude? It is so unnecessary to do this. It is in game. I agree with you, but I cannot begin to explain just how many times I have been inundated with this question. To be honest, this might be one of the most frequently asked questions that I have been asked during the 7-year anniversary. The number one question was when the part 1 banners were going to start. You guys remember that? That was a crazy time, and that video blew up as a result. Another common question that I've been getting asked recently is if I would do a collab with Goresh. So this actually ranks among the top with some of those questions, and I would rather just make a video on it. So hopefully for those of you who cannot seem to understand that you can simply find this out in your games, I'm going to show you. The answer is right here. It is going to be starting August 14th, 11:30 p.m. PDT. Now, how do I know this? Well, it shows me in game. So let me show you how to do that. You click on this little button called news. This may seem sarcastic, but I know that there's some people out there who might have, you know, there might be a language barrier. Maybe they're just too new at the game. They don't understand where to look and all that stuff. So I'm just going to show you. You go to the in-game news. You go to the 7th anniversary grand celebration. Scroll down a little bit. Look for the event that we're looking for, the 1000 EZA raid right here. New Extreme Z battle. And notice how when you zoom in, it shows the time for me, 8:14:23:30. Now for you guys, this time is probably going to be different because some of you guys probably don't live where I live on the west coast of the United States. So for wherever time zone you live in, it will show you the time for you. It will tell you the date and the exact time. Now, if that is too difficult of a task for you to do, for whatever that reason may be, I'm going to give you some context right here, but I also want to recommend dateful.com. You simply just type in my time, my date, my location, which is Los Angeles or, you know, California, and then it will type, and then you type in whatever country you want, wherever you live, and then it will show you the time right there. But an even easier way will be this. Let's just go over this real quick, and then let's get into the meat of the video. So fun fact, this event starts at the same time as the Turles EZA. For those of you who are eagerly waiting for the Turles EZA, it will be starting at the exact same time as that event. So you'll be getting 30 Dragon Stones for that and the opportunity to get about 277 Dragon Stones from this. This is exactly 1 minute after the 7-year anniversary concludes, which means all of these events will be going away. The Premium Friend Summon, the Global First EZA, the LR Super Saiyan 4 EZAs, even the Extra Boosto. They are all going away during the 7-year anniversary conclusion. In fact, this is actually going away 2 days prior. So there's your context. If you need to prioritize anything right now, folks, you should be working on this event right here, the Super Saiyan 4 Tech Full Power, and the LR Super Saiyan 4s, because these two, unfortunately, have a very limited window of opportunity to get those missions done, to get those extra stones, and otherwise, you should just be getting them done anyway. Excuse me. So with that said, also, friend summon, I cannot stress this enough. Guys, go check out my video where I do 100 friend summons. It is absolutely worth it. These premium friend summons, by the way, not the special garbage. No. Premium, that is 10 times the amount that you have to spend, but it is absolutely worth it. In 100 multis, I got so much value. So go check that out. I will link that in the description. Get all these done first. But if you have time to spare, you can start to assemble your teams for this event. How this event works, 19 categories are needed to run through all 1000 stages. Each subsection giving you different amounts of fights, increasing in difficulty, starting with DB Saga all the way to Universe Survival Saga. As you continue through, the challenge increases more and more. The enemies become more resilient and they hit you harder. This is not going to be nearly as difficult as the Red Zone. Let me just put your minds at ease right now, folks. This is not nearly as difficult. What makes this a challenge is the marathon element of the entire thing. You are sitting there trying to get through stage after stage after stage 1,000 times, which means this is probably not going to be something that you're going to be doing in one sitting. Take your time. It is a permanent event. So if you're a new player, you're probably not even going to be able to get very far because the event is just too gargantuan for you and your limited units. If you're a veteran player, take your time with it. Don't, cancel your circulation in your blood by sitting down and just playing this all day. Do other things. Touch some grass. Take your time with it. All right. So with that said, let's jump in. The latter categories are the ones that we really need to pay attention to because these are much more difficult. Earlier on, you can get away with using type advantage units that don't necessarily fit the categories. You can just outmuscle them because they have 0 damage reduction. They gain a little bit more, 10% damage reduction, 15, 20. You know, it gets a little bit tougher. I think around the Goku's Family Realm of Gods cutoff is where things start to amp up. So we're going to start from the last category and work our way back. And I'm just going to show you all of my categories, and we're going to stop at a couple of them to discuss what you can do for those particular teams, because there are going to be some categories here that are going to be very difficult for some of you, simply because those categories are very obscure and hard to come by. So let's just start with Universe Survival Saga. Let me pull up my teams here. By the way, guys, just take full advantage of this new beautiful layout of Dokkan. The version Z update not only gave you the ability to do a whole bunch of other things, but also it allows you to have up to 50 teams saved. 50. Also, fun fact, this recycle button on the right side changes the look of your team selection. So these are what all of your teams look like from like a bird's eye view, kind of. You can assemble 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 10, 50 teams. So this is a great way to save up all of your different teams. If you're trying to assemble all of your teams for this event, just put them on maybe like folder 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you want. So that's what we're going to start off with. Universe Survival Saga. I just said to use Universe 7. You could do Universe 11, 6, whatever you want. I'm not going to go into each category, specifically. What I would recommend that you do is utilize the resources that I provided in the description. Check out the Dokkan Wiki, click on categories at the top here, and then go to each category that you want. Organize it by in-game so it sort of matches what you see in the game. Go to the various categories that you're looking for this event. Assemble your teams. So we'll do that in a second. So let's just start. Universe Survival Saga, we've got that. Terrifying Conquerors, we're only going to be fighting one unit, Yamcha, but he is still one you have to fight. So you bring a Terrifying Conquerors team for just that, which is why I've bought this Wicked Bloodline team. You could use a whole bunch of other ones in there too. Moving on here, Future Saga, I decided to bring the villains. Keep in mind, the same name update does not apply because this is an Extreme Z battle. You cannot bring units of the same name. You have to be different. So you got to be mindful of that when you're assembling your teams. And when you're doing this outside of the Extreme Z battle setting, it's not going to restrict you. You have to do that yourself. You have to remember that. Now, here is the first category that I think a lot of people are going to be struggling with, the Defenders of Justice. This is going to be tough because for these 5 fights, you are going to need some pretty specific characters from a category that is very obscure. Let me actually show you just how many units. Actually, you know what? This may not be the best thing to show because for me, I have a lot of them double and like triple copies. Let me see. Yeah, I have a lot of them. Okay, so the Defenders of Justice category is fairly small, but I'm me, so I have a lot of extra copies. But notice how there are not too many subcategories in here that you can run. In fact, all I can see are essentially Defenders of Justice themselves, Universe 11, and Hybrid Saiyans. So if you don't have a Defenders of Justice lead, aka Videl, let's actually pull it up here on the Dokkan Wiki. Videl is the only lead at the summonable level with the full 170% for Defenders of Justice. We've also got a free-to-play. We've also got a sub free-to-play. And then we've got Jiren. So let me show you Defenders of Justice. All you got to do is click Defenders of Justice. And then if you want to cross-match it with another category, like for example, let's do Hybrid Saiyans. I saw a bunch of Hybrid Saiyans in there. So let's see what we can get. Hybrid Saiyans, Defenders of Justice, full match. Boom. We got a bunch of hybrids. So you can put together a team like this. Ultimate Gohan, green Power Ranger, blue Power Ranger, red Power Ranger. Is that dude here? Oh, he's not here. So you can throw on those guys. You could throw on Super Saiyan Gohan. Dude, there's so many different Gohans. It's crazy. Great Super Saiyan, or Great Saiyaman Super Saiyan. You got Great Saiyaman Super Saiyan 2. You've got Gohan Super Saiyan 2 Teen. You've got Gohan regular Great Saiyaman. Like you could, there's so many different units you could bring here. So that's how you pretty much solve the problem. Now, if you don't have enough units, there's nothing we can do. This event is made for those who have spent a lot of time in this game. So what you're going to have to do is then go to the Dokkan Wiki, see where these units come from, and do the due diligence yourself. For example, this outstanding performance, Great Saiyaman, Videl, and Gohan comes from this SSR. Where does this SSR unit come from? It comes from this, the Parade of the Dead. You're going to have to go find this, check your Portal of Memories, and see where the event is if you have enough keys to do so. So this is going to take a lot of effort for you new players to actually assemble all the units that you can. The team that I'm showing you here is actually a very free-to-play friendly team because it only has Videl as the summonable one. Everybody else is obtained through free-to-play means. So again, you're going to have to do some of the work yourself. Moving on here, we got Universe 6. Okay, Universe 6, I got all the girls there. Movie bosses and movie heroes. So here, you could bring movie bosses and movie heroes both work. You could bring one or the other, but to sort of accommodate who you're fighting, you could sometimes fight good guys or bad guys. I made a blend team of both. I'm actually very proud of this. Explosion of Anger / Realm of Gods. The Beerus leads it while also being a movie boss lead himself. And then you could bring both Brolys, and they function as movie bosses who are also exploding rage. And then we got the God Saiyans as the movie heroes. So this is actually a very, very clever team of my own concoction. Patent pending. Don't use it. It's mine. So feel free to try that out for the movie boss heroes. Again, you don't have to use both. You can use one or the other. Realm of Gods. Now here, I started to get a little innovative. Realm of Gods and Goku's family has a healthy cross-section of characters. I simply just combined the two together. So what you're seeing here is Realm of Gods and Goku's family. And I made sure to make it a point to not have any unit share the exact same name. This is Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. This is Super Saiyan Bleu. So everybody fits the task at hand. So there is your Realm of Gods / Goku's family. Let's pick this up a little bit. Shadow Dragon Saga. This one has a nice cross-section between GT bosses and GT heroes. So Shadow Dragon Saga can be that and GT bosses. And then we've also got a Shadow Dragon Saga / GT heroes. So we cover 3 categories there. Moving on, we've got Majin Buu Saga. Pretty easy. Just bring a bunch of the bubblegum, right? Very easy to do. Moving on here, we've got Otherworld Warriors. We've got Pycon's team, Android Cell Saga. Heavenly Events is another category I think a lot of people are going to struggle with. So for this one, if you don't have the Kid Gohan, fear not. You can do this with a youth team though. So let me see. Heavenly Events. Hopefully you guys maybe have one copy, but if you don't, it might be a struggle. Don't summon on the Raditz banner for this, please. If you want to buy the unit with coins, that's a different story. Do not summon on the Raditz banner just for this Kid Gohan. Please, please, please. So if you just go there, we can actually see, ooh, Mastered Evolution. This Vegeta leads Mastered Evolution. So you could try a Mastered Evolution / Heavenly Events cross section. What would that be? What do we get here? Okay, so we have some stuff. We got Super Saiyan Gohan. We got Gotenks. We got Vegeta Gohan or Vegeta Trunks transforming Vegeta. So yeah, you could do that. Mastered Evolution works. I was actually going to say Youth. Youth and Heavenly Events also works. If you bring the Int Gotenks, you could just bring a bunch of these hybrids in here. And this is effectively like a mini hybrids team. So this one might be tough for some of you guys. But the good news is it's early in the event where you can probably get away with using units that don't necessarily fit the category. Plus, keep in mind, not everybody on the team has to be the appropriate category. If you don't have enough, you're going to have to improvise. Throw different units on the team that can give you still solid leader skills, bonuses, and then just try to win with the main attack forces up front and then have the other guys sort of hide in the back. So there's more than one way to do this. Moving on, we've got Planet Namek Saga. You could bring free-to-play Ginyu Force. That works too. Pure Saiyans. It can literally be anybody that's a Pure Saiyan. I decided to troll with some Raditz. We've got World Tournament, another free-to-play team, and Dragon Ball Saga, another free-to-play friendly team. So there you have it, folks. That is the look at the full 1000 EZA raid event. Again, if you want to take your time putting together these teams, you got time to do so. You got 4 days till it starts. And then even after that, you can take as long as you want. I would like to think that there are still some players out there who are still not done with this on the JP side of the game. This could be the gift that just keeps on giving, where you just keep getting Dragon Stones anytime you want it. Think of this as sort of like a way to just have like a stone reserve in the back, you know? It's pretty cool. So there you have it, folks. The start date and what you can do to prepare. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments which category is going to be giving you the most trouble, which category is going to be giving you the least amount of trouble, and do you have any clever teams that fit multiple categories? Can you maybe fit more than 2? I wonder if there's a way. You know what? That's okay. That's my challenge for you. Can you put together a team that is comprised of 3 or 4 categories? No. Yeah, 4 categories. I challenge one of you or whoever to put together a team that can fit 4 of these categories. I'm sure it can be done. So that may not even be difficult. Try to do 5. Try to do 6. See how many categories you can combine into one team while also not doing the same name update stuff. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell. What? Click the notification bell so that you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. That's what happens when you talk fast. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. And always remember to